Think we're live yet again for another
Hey,
pre-PT chat.
on a Tuesday night. Oh shoot!
Yeah,
All
on a
right.
Tuesday night. Why not?
Now this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. So, for those of y'all that are watching this on replay or live, we are going to be doing two live streams this week, tonight and Thursday night, mainly because we have several topics that we really want to talk to you guys about. That would be of value to y'all as you guys start this year. We want you guys to start this year strong, so we're giving you all the good stuff. All right. So, and tonight the topic is the top 3 ways to rise above doubt as a pre-PT in 2018. And we'll get to that a little bit, but comment below also like questions that you guys have at any point in this live stream. Anything that you guys want us to break down even further. We want to make sure that you guys have all the tools you guys need to succeed as pre-PT students in 2018. All right, let's get it started. Side note, we got a podcast episode of Fire One coming out tomorrow night on Wednesday night. Actually, it'll air by noon Eastern time, so y'all might want to catch that. What's up, Mariah?
All
What's up,
right,
fam?
yeah.
All right, so the topic tonight, the top 3 ways to rise above doubt as a pre-PT student. Why are we talking about this? The reason why we're talking about this is because doubt has unfortunately become part of the experience of most pre-PTs. Why is that? The reason being, I mean, like many of y'all know this already. Like we have the doubt of, like, is my GPA high enough? We have the doubt of, well, I applied. Is the school going to accept me? We have the doubt of, like, how do I compare to all my other classmates and all? Like, there's so many different things that allow us to doubt. We're looking all around us and we're realizing that maybe we don't fit at the same level as somebody else. And unfortunately, that is what has led most of y'all, most of us during that journey to feel that way. But we want to show you guys how you can go over that hump, because that doubt is really like should not be there. Should not be what holds you back, because you guys, like, regardless of whether your GPA is low, regardless of whether you are a non-traditional student, regardless of whether you have applied already and maybe this is like your second or third cycle, that, like, although those were challenges, you should still have these 3 things in order to go over this hump of doubt. I know for a fact that for myself, like, when I don't believe I'm going to be capable of something, I usually don't end up doing it as well. I usually don't end up staying as locked in. And so tonight, Casey, we're going to show them the 3 things, right?
That's right.
All
Let's
right,
get it.
guys. So the number one way to just like avoid or counter doubt or the feeling of doubt in 2018 is community. The people around you guys. I need you guys to start reassessing who you guys are actually communicating with. I know for a fact that even Casey might relate with this, but like for myself, a lot of the things that I have struggled with have been because, like, especially doubts that I've had when they have increased, it's because I've spoken to people that have added on to it. Maybe my GPA was low and I spoke to someone that said, yeah, maybe PT is not right for you. And so because of that, because my community was not the best one, because I was talking to people that did not believe in my ability to actually keep going forward despite the challenges, like, that added to the doubt. So your community is huge. That's one of the reasons why we have the pre-doctor physical therapy students page, which many of you are a part of. A community where you have an open space to be yourself, an open space to talk freely, an open space to ask questions. That's how it's supposed to be. You realize that, like, there's so many different pre-PTs that are stuck somewhere where they don't have a community of individuals that see the potential in them, that see the potential in their ability to help people or help transform lives through this vehicle of physical therapy. Y'all have to change your community. So if y'all are in the pre-doc page, you've already taken the first step. But I'm talking about more locally. I'm talking about day to day. Unfortunately, sometimes that's like, and I'm a big family person, sometimes that's our family. Like, not your whole family. Sometimes we have to be careful because, man, like, everyone that loves you is always going to do things because they believe it's the best for you. And sometimes that means protecting you from potential failure. Let's call it that. So if your GPA is low, it's like, well, the safe way is just to, maybe try something a little easier. But now what you guys need, you guys know what your passion is. You guys have taken the time to lock in onto what you really want. And so because of that, because you know what you're passionate about, because you know that the vehicle you want to do everything in is physical therapy, because of that, like, you know what you want. But now all these voices are adding to this feeling of, well, maybe I can't. That's what we don't want you to feel, like this, maybe I can't. So community is the number one way you guys can start to improve or lift this cloud of doubt from your life as a pre-PT. Casey, talk to us a little bit about community.
Yeah, so on the topic of community, it's different when you have, your family community, which is great. Your immediate family, maybe your extended family. That's great. We all need it. And even your friends who might not be in the PT world, the PT ecosystem, that's great as well. We need that because everything can't be PT 24/7. You got some other stuff to do, right?
That's true.
But however, a community specific to your needs is so much different than your family trying to understand, okay, what is this PT cast thing Mariah is talking about all the time? What's this observation hour thing that Melissa has to go to? What is that? Like, why are you, okay, we support you. This is what you want to do. This is what you love. But I don't really get it. I'm trying, but it's not really my thing. It's not what I want to do specifically. So I got your back, but it's not my thing. However, people who are in that space, who are in that ecosystem, giving you support is completely different because they understand exactly what you went through or exactly what you're going through right now. And you guys know this. You're in the pre-doctor of physical therapy students group.
Oh, yeah.
If you ask the question, they have been through it or they're going through it or they're like, I feel your pain, man. I feel your pain, girl. I tried this. I tried that. It's not working. Did you try that? Did you try this? And it's so much different when you have that specific support, that specific niche behind you. So that's one thing, just having, a community of support behind you in your area. Second is it just feels good. Like, honestly, just knowing you have like a cushion, like this seat chair behind me, like I can just lean back, I can chill because it feels good. Those trust falls that you see, like, I think it was like Mean Girls or whatever commercials it's on. Like, if you can fall and it's 2,500 plus people who got your back.
For
like,
sure.
You chilling. It just like when I have support behind me with even us in like SSPT and other stuff, like if we fail, we can have somebody like right there who can pick us back up, say the right thing, help us cross the street, help us cross the bridge, whatever we're going through. It just feels like, I can't describe it. You guys know how it feels, but it just feels so good to just have a community behind you. So that's my two things for community. Have a specific niche of people behind you who know what you're going through, and just know that we got your back. And it feels good to know that.
Straight up. Number two,
what's
guys.
Up, Trisha?
Oh, what's up, Trish? Hey, what's up, fam? And so number one is community. Number two of how you guys can avoid doubt or avoid this cloud of doubt in 2018 is you have to have clear goals. You have to have clear goals. You have to have a compass for where you're going. Because when you have that clarity where you know exactly where you're headed, like, that's all you need. Like, you have the community to support you, but now you actually know where you're going. You doubt yourself. Like, think about it. If you guys are lost somewhere, if you have no idea, what the address is, if y'all don't have a GPS on you, if you guys don't have a gas station close enough, or you don't want to ask for directions regardless, like, you don't even know where you're going. So it doesn't matter. Like, without that, you doubt that you're even going to arrive to where you're trying to get to, right? It's the same thing. PT school is the destination for all of you. PT school is the destination, but the goals are your navigation system to getting there. Y'all have to have clear goals. So what does that look like? I mean, and if you guys want to know how we do it, y'all can even comment below. My goals. You guys see it above, capital M, capital G, exclamation mark, and we'll give you guys some ways to navigate that this year, goals-wise. But with your goals, you guys have to be able to step back and analyze what your priorities are, what you want to achieve. Your goals are going to be different, especially because you guys are all in different parts of your journey. Some of y'all are applying this cycle. Some of y'all already applied. So you're waiting for, what's up, Tyler? So some of y'all are waiting for for schools to get back to you. Others of y'all have a year, 2, 3 before you apply. So your goals are so different. But what is it that you are trying to accomplish? Stepping back, looking now from then till now, how can y'all break it up so you guys know the steps that it's going to take to actually achieve those goals? So short term, so now this week, this month, next month, like what does that look like? And once you guys have that laid out, I even say write it down. Once y'all have that laid out with your goals and you guys understand what you're trying to achieve, you guys are golden. Now, if you guys don't know your goals and you really need some help, strategizing, hit us up and we'll help you out. But like once you know your goals, once you have that strong community, which most of y'all have found in the pre-doctor physical therapy students page and all, like once you guys have that strong community, not only social media wise, not only virtually, but locally, where you have people that you can go like to keep you grounded. People that will keep trusting in your ability, people that will keep redirecting you and reminding you why you're on this journey, why you're wanting to be a physical therapist, regardless of 1 or 2 or 3 hard semesters, regardless of, one bad grade, one bad prereq class that you have to retake this summer. They keep you locked in because they remind you there are people waiting for you on the other side of PT school that are only designed for you. Like people that your story is going to impact more than anybody else that they meet. And so you got to make it through for them. All right. But you guys have to have this community and you guys have to have your set goals. Casey, what about goals, man? Like, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so you kind of touched on this, so I'm going to steal a little bit from you. But of course, the big goal is to get into PT school, of course, and become a physical therapist. But having clear small goals and even breaking it down further than that, having clear goals on the next test you're going to take, having clear goals on when you're going to take your GRE, having clear goals of when you're even going to sign up. Because some people are like, should I sign up in the summer, spring break? I don't even know when do I start studying? Having clear goals on when to, get your book, your GRE book or study guides, whatever it is. You got to break it down even smaller because that big goal of getting into PT school is like, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? This is so daunting. I have 6 months left, this, that. Then all these doubts start creeping in. Yeah. But when you break it down so small, it's like, oh, I can take the test tomorrow. Oh, I got Aaron still up there. I can take the test. Or I can, pass this class in the next semester. I can do this. I can get an A in that. When you have that, then that doubt keeps getting lower and lower because you're building up your confidence. Yeah. You've already had these wins all set. If you look back, you can be like, oh, I did this, I did that, I did that. Now I got confidence. There's no reason to doubt me, taking the GRE or getting into school or getting the good grades. So if you break it down smaller, like GRE, I'm talking letters of recommendation, signing up for your observation hours, going on to Google, looking for observation. I'm talking about breaking it down that small. Yeah. If you have that, those small wins are going to give you confidence. And everybody wants confidence when they're picking either a spouse, a PT school applicant, your patients, when you're a physical therapist, they want some confidence. So you got to have confidence, and that's how you build it up. Having clear, tiny, as small as you can make them, having those goals, that'll eliminate doubt. Easy. Boom. You'll be good.
Boom. So now y'all got a community. Y'all got the goals down. What's the third thing? The third thing is mentorship. Mentorship. Y'all have to realize that regardless of how good your semester was, regardless of how bad your semester was, regardless of what you're going through right now, it doesn't matter if it's GPA, it doesn't matter if it's a family situation, it doesn't matter if it's it doesn't matter what it is, y'all. There's been someone else who has gone before you that has experienced it. There's someone else who has already gone through that point. They've gone over that hump. They've gone over that difficulty to get to that point. Now, those are the people that you have to start looking to. I'll be honest with you guys. For me, my sophomore year of college was when it really clicked. My sophomore year of college, I was like, man, I'm seeing a lot of my friends that start out as pre-PT are kind of falling off the wagon. They've been given, bad advice here and there or whatever. And I was like, something's off about this. They were getting advice from somebody that's been out. Well, some had never even been to PT school. So I'm like, okay, cool. That's that. No shade. But then I realized there are people that have already gotten into PT school recently. They're in their first, second, and third year. Why can't I ask them? They remember exactly what it was like to be in my position. They can help me understand how to balance everything. They can help me understand how they planned out their goals. They can help me understand what communities they built, who they were connected to, how I can have, how I can take advantage of my whole journey as a pre-PT. You know what I'm saying? Like they helped me understand that. So I was like, yo, like I found people like Casey or whatever. I was like, yo, like why can't we create that? Why can't we have a platform where we like help other people because they're a year, 2 or 3 behind us? Years later, pre-PT grind, boom, just like that. You know what I mean? But you guys have to right now start looking around yourselves. You have to, like, whether it's on social media. Right now, Casey and I still have mentors because we're always striving for something. You guys get into PT school. Now what are you striving for? Graduating, right? What are you striving for after that? Getting a job, starting your career. Maybe you start a business. Maybe like you do all these different things, but there's always somebody that's ahead of you. There's always somebody that's ahead of you. And you have to utilize those people. You have to understand, because the thing is, like, here's what happens, y'all. A lot of times we don't realize the value of this to the point where we forget that that person made mistakes to get to where they are. Why should we make the same mistakes if we can learn? We're always going to make our own mistakes, y'all. I'm going to make my own mistakes. Casey's going to make his own mistakes. All right. But at the end of the day, why make the mistakes that someone else did to get to where they are when you can learn from them? You can learn to avoid them. You can learn what they gained from those experiences. And then as you make your own mistakes, the people behind you get to benefit from that. But we all need guidance. We all need mentorship. These are the ways that you guys can really, really get over this hump of doubt, because doubt is heavy. Doubt can, like, you know how they always say, like, the mind is powerful? It is. The longer we think about something, the longer we let something fester in our heads, whether it's positive or negative, it becomes what consumes us. If I'm feeling good and I let my mind absorb that, I'm going to keep feeling good. If I start feeling like everything's falling around me and I'm not going to be able to succeed in anything, and I'm not going to be capable of being who I want to be as a physical therapy pre-PT student or now as a physical therapist, like if I keep doing that, then eventually my mind is going to get my body to believe it. And so now everything about me resembles that thought. The longer we hold on to it, the more it becomes us. It's kind of like, know that example y'all always hear of, like holding like something light, like a glass, filled with water or whatever. The longer you're holding it, the heavier it gets. Same thing with those thoughts. The longer we let those thoughts of doubt fester and stay in our minds, like the worse it gets. And we don't want you guys to get to that point. So build yourself a good community. Set yourself up with some good goals. And then get yourself some guidance, because we all need it. We're always going to need it. You guys learn how to find guidance now. A year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you're always, always going to need it. Casey, what are your thoughts, man?
So I'm gonna keep it real. So, like if you're young right now, or if you've been young in the past, whatever you want to call it, didn't you hate when people were like, "Oh, you're so young, you can't do this. You're so young, you don't know this. You don't have experience to do that. I'm so much better because I live life." Okay, I get it. 40, 45, 50-year-old Casey is going to be much better than 24-year-old Casey. I get it. Fine. But I feel like I'm way better than a lot of people and where they are, because I've learned from people who have already been there, like Joseph said. Like, to be honest, I don't want to make them same mistakes just to say I had experience. If I can learn from what you did, I don't have to go through it. Like, come on now. That's crazy. I don't want to do it. I don't have time to do it. I don't need to do that. So if I can learn from somebody else, like the mentors I have now, the teachers I have now, parents, if you go to church, pastors, stuff like that, if you can learn from them, it's a shortcut. You're way ahead. You're steps ahead. So I like to equate this to, you kind of mentioned like Google Maps and the iPhone, if you're team Android, whatever, I get it. But I like to equate it to that. So how you have your Google Maps or Apple Maps there, and it tells you exactly where to go. You don't got to think about it. You don't got to do nothing. It just tells you the best way, the fastest way, where's traffic, where police are, everything.
Yeah.
And that's what a mentor is. It's a freaking iPhone or an Android, whatever you're using. It's just telling you the perfect way to go without any hiccups, without any mistakes. You just got to go where you need to go. On the other hand, if you don't, it's like having an old school traditional map that you don't even know how to use.
Ooh, mercy.
You're looking at this thing like,
You better
do I
talk
go
about
this way? Do I go that way? And you're just like, then you end up going the wrong way. You end up not getting into PT school the first time like I did. You end up going around the detour and doing this, and eventually, maybe or maybe not, finding your destination because you didn't have a mentor, somebody showing you the shortcuts of what to do. So like, I want a shortcut, basically. I just want to know how it's done. And if I can get that from somebody with whatever they need or ask for me to do, I'm going to get it. I'm definitely going to get it. Just in my experience with having mentors, I'm never going back to not having one. So that's my 2 cents on it.
That easy, man. If you guys have any questions on anything that we've talked about tonight, feel free to comment below. We'll answer them. And if there's not, that's all right as well. But we just want to make sure that you guys are not going into this year, that you guys are not going into 2018 doubting your potential. We don't want you to doubt your potential. Like we always say, guys, if you have 2 things, if you have the vision, if you have the passion for physical therapy, if that's your goal, if that's where your heart is set based on whatever led you to that conclusion, and if you are willing to work hard for it, if you're willing to grind, if you're willing to put in whatever it takes, any one of y'all can be a physical therapist. Any one of y'all can be a physical therapist. So don't let anything that is a potential deterrent for your journey, like don't let it hold you back. Don't let it hold you back because you got these 3 things right here. You just got to recalibrate that community, y'all. You guys got to step back and recalibrate it. You guys have to also realize that it's time for y'all to set some good goals. You guys have to set some clear and good goals. Every single thing we do, we have to set good goals. Otherwise, we get lost. Like Casey and I are always setting goals for Pre-PT Grind and what we want to do for y'all. And then lastly, guidance. Find guidance, find mentorship, and that will take you far as pre-PTs. These are things that we wish we would have learned. We wish we would have been taught at an early age, prior to applying and getting into physical therapy school. But these are things that will be very beneficial to y'all. And it's always a pleasure to serve you guys. We want to be here to make your experience an absolute success because you guys are the future and the present of our profession. I'm saying future and present because I used to hate being told you are the future. No, y'all are it now. You guys can make some serious movements now. You guys can cause some amazing things to happen because you guys are a force. Y'all like media savvy and all these different things. You guys can cause anything to happen via social media. Y'all realize right now, you guys have access to, especially on the pre-doc page, another over 2,000 other people that are on your same journey just through social media. You guys have all these things accessible to you. So don't be held back by doubt. Don't be held back by doubt. If you guys are getting stuck with doubt, reach out to us. Let's talk about it. Let's make sure that that's one thing that we can check off the list this year, saying that is not going to stop us. If it's going to be something else, let it be grades or whatever, but let us not, let us not have it stop us. Casey, where can you find good, Aaron Taylor, where can you find good mentorship? Casey, what are your thoughts on that, man?
Well, look, I'll keep it real. I'll still keep it real. You can go anywhere. Honestly, you really can. You really can. But we're right here. You can go anywhere, but we're right here. So you don't have to go out to the Apple store and go get your little iPhone and go get that. We've already set some, maps for you. We already set some destinations. So we're right here. We have, I think it's a 5-day video training series coming out. I think it's next week. So we have that coming. After that, we have pre-registration for our online course coming up. Why wouldn't you get in that? We have 2,000 people in there, 2,500, pre-PTs. Every one of you should be in there because we have the map laid out for you. Aaron Taylor knows, Mariah knows, Trisha knows how it is. So if you want to know, ask them. Honestly, just ask them. You don't even have to ask us. You can, of course, but just ask them about how that map went out. So we got the 5-day video training series come up. That's going to be free in the pre-doctor physical therapy students group. After that, sign up for the pre-registration course because the people who are signed up get some perks. The first one's in, get some perks. After that, that's open to everybody else. And I'll see every one of you in there. Like, it's no if, ands, or buts. Like, who's on here? Let's see who's on here. Mariah, Melissa, you're going to be in there. Like, you've been following us for how long? Melissa Lopez, like, you're going to be in there. Just give me a second. Let me pull it up on my phone. I'm going to call out everybody who should be in there. I think Alex Ingar was on here, but he's in the course. If you guys don't know Alex Ingar, he does a couple lessons for us in there. But yeah, I'll pull it up. And like, everybody is going to be in there. Don't worry about it. You're going to be in there. And you'll see everything we're talking about. So where can you find a good mentor? I mean, we're right here. If you choose us, we are right here. We have everything planned and mapped out for you. But, you know, explore some options. If you can find something better in the pre-PT world, fine, whatever, go ahead. But we're right here. Why not use us? So there's your answer, Aaron Taylor. I know you already know, but there's your answer. Simple
as that. Y'all, it's always a pleasure to serve you guys. If you guys have any questions, feel free to still comment below. We'll get back to them at some point. We'll message you back. And if you still want those tips on how you guys can really just dominate your goal setup for this year, comment my goals with an exclamation mark, capital M and G. You guys saw it before. But comment that, and we'll make sure you guys are well taken care of. Let's start 2018 with a bang, y'all. Let's start 2018 with a bang. This is the year that pre-PTs get to really shine. Y'all realize you guys have never been given a platform like this to really shake up the profession. And this is it. Y'all are really going to start making some movements. So let's do it. Let's shake up how we do everything from the observation hours. Like, let them start wondering, like, what is this new, like, generation of pre-PTs doing? Like, what did they do right in their experience? Because we ain't never seen nothing like it. Y'all have a good night. It's been real. It's always a pleasure.